Hey truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's August 5th, 2016. The Summer Olympics are about to kick off in Rio. This video is an education about why the Olympics are beginning this year on August 5th, 2016. Before we get to that point, I want to go back to the original Olympics of the modern era. They began April 6th, 1896. April 6th is the 96th day of the year, and then beginning on the 96th day in the 96th year is not a coincidence. Show you something. Freemason in Gematria sums to 42, the small way, and 96, the big way. These numbers have a mathematical relationship, 42 and 96. If you add all of the divisors of 42, they sum to 96. Those are all the numbers that divide into 42. Add them together, 42 plus 21 plus 14 plus 7 plus 6 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 sums to 96. This number for Freemason. Notice here I have Muhammad Ali's name written. Muhammad Ali equals 42. The small way, the big way, 96. A boxing ring is 96 feet around. Muhammad Ali opened up the 96 Summer Games. In a moment, we're going to talk about the girl who helped carry the torch into Brazil, the girl who's remembered in the song, the girl from Ipanema, which we'll talk about in just a moment. What I want to show you about 42 with regards to Rio is it's also a connection. So Rio has these Freemasonry numbers on them. Also, then beginning on August 5th, 5/8 in Gematria, Freemasonry sums to 58. We're going to be talking about these numbers, their significance in the Olympics, and how the Olympics and their ceremonies, their rituals, are all scripted by these numbers because the practice of coding numbers into words, known as Gematria, very important to Freemasonry. And English, you have to remember, is the language of the one world order. English equals 74, Gematria 74, Masonic 74, Jewish 74. The Freemasons who run the show, they are the Zionist Jews who control media, who control government, who control banking. It's ultimately banking that's running this world. And these rituals they put on, sports, Olympics, they are here to give us, some joy, to help us pass by the years, the days, the months of gruel that so many of us put up with. So many of us in this world are working slaves. We need some things to help us get along. And that's why the banker tyrants give us these rituals by the numbers. Let's take a look at the woman who carried in the torch into Rio. Her name's Helo Pinheiro. She's remembered in the song, The Girl from Ipanema. Look at this. Girl from Ipanema in Gematria sums to 85. The Olympics are beginning in Rio on 8/5, as we write in the United States, or 5/8 as it's written in most parts. Her last name, Pinheiro, Gematria 58, like Freemasonry. I noticed she was born in history July 7th, 1945, a date with a life lesson number of 33. Very special number of Freemason obsession. So many celebrities, so many people who are in the spotlight on the television and entertainment have this 33 birth numerology, who have these Masonic names. These people are born into the gang. Freemasonry is an international order. Here was headlines from July 5th, 2016, CNN, Rio cops, welcome to hell. Anytime you see a phrase emphasized in the media, there's Gematria in that phrase. Welcome to hell sums to 58, just like Freemasonry, just like the August 5th, 5/8 start date for the Olympics. The stadium where the Summer Games are beginning, Maracana Stadium, it has Gematria 49, which is like Revelation, the book of prophecy. We'll talk more about in a moment. Very important to Freemasonry. Also 58 with the S exception, just like the date the Olympics begin on. Maracana Stadium, important numbers coded within. In simple English Gematria, Maracana Stadium sums to 139, just like Freemasonry, the big way. Maracana 52. Remember this number. We're going to look at CNN's opening headline, 52, and talk more about that number in a moment. CNN has up a curious headline right now. This stadium built June 16th, 1950, meaning it turned 66 years old this past June. Revelation is the 66th book of the Bible. Revelation, the book of prophecy, which the Masons and Zionists work from. In the book of Revelation, it says the false Jews will rule in the end times. Those are the Zionist Jews who control the banks, who control media, who do all this scripting by the numbers. What I want to do is listen to Prince, the musician, talk for a moment about prophecy, and then we'll come back and talk about the significance of the date he died with the date these Olympic Games are beginning, and also with the significance of the death of Muhammad Ali, who was named after the Prophet Muhammad, in light of these upcoming Summer Games, which begin today. Here's Prince. We're going to listen to him for a minute, and then we'll come back and talk about the rest. Let me make this bigger here.
I was so moved that I had to write the song. The other thing is the first line of the song says I was born on the same plantation in the United States of the red, white, and blue. And we live in a place now that feels just about like a plantation. We're all indentured servants. You know, when I found out there were 8 presidents before George Washington, I wanted to smack somebody. You know, I wanted to know why I was taught otherwise. Just tell me the whole story. I'll fill in the blanks, but don't tell me something that you think I'm supposed to know.
We're indentured servants and we got a black president now?
Well, I don't vote. I have nothing to do with it. I got no dog in that race.
And for those who would cuss me out and slap me in person if I didn't ask you why?
Well, the reason why is because I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and we've never voted. And that's not to say that I don't think Barack Obama, President Obama, is a very smart individual, and he seems like he means well. Prophecy is what we all have to go by now.
So he says he doesn't have any bone in politics or voting or the system. All we can do is go by prophecy. Prince, the day he died until the beginning of the Olympics, August 5th, is 106 days. 106 is the number of prophecy. Prophecy in gematria sums to 106, and also 52 the small way. Interrelated numbers. What's interesting about the Olympics beginning 106 days after his death on August 5th is this right here. Revelation is the book of prophecy. Today's date has 49 numerology. Revelation equals 49. Revelation, the book of prophecy. Today is also 5/8, August 5th, a lot like 58 for Freemasonry. Prince is remembered for Purple Rain. Purple Rain came out in 1984. On the birthday of the author who wrote the book 1984, if you've never read 1984, it's a futuristic novel written about World War II, a nation of people ruled over with propaganda through screens, through intimidation. They're pacified with sports such as football. Anyhow, Prince, Purple Rain, the start of the Olympics today. A few weeks ago, I did a video on the parallels between Rio and Munich. Remember the Munich terror tragedy 44 years ago? 44, the kill number. Prince died on the 44th meridian. A few days after making that video, there was the supposed shooting in Munich by the McDonald's. McDonald's equals 85. A lot like 8/5, the beginning of the Rio Games. When the powers that be stage worldwide terrorism or stories that are for international news about terrorism, they always work by these same numbers. The numbers of Freemasonry, the numbers of prophecy. And the fact that all of these are falling so nicely on these Olympics, where they've even been warning us for months not to go here in the U.S., they've been telling us they won't be safe. You know, I won't be surprised at all if the Olympics pass and nothing happens, because they also like to just needlessly scare us and get our anxiety up and expecting a disaster. But at the same time, if they stage a terror hoax, you know, like in '96 in Atlanta, the games that Muhammad Ali opened, don't be surprised. If you haven't seen my work on the death of Prince, they made a big deal the day he died about him attending the March 3rd, 2016 NBA game between the Warriors and Thunder. The final score of that game was 121 to 106. The Warriors won with 121 points. The Warriors are originally from Philadelphia, the city named from the book of Revelation, the book of prophecy. Prince would die 49 days after attending the Warriors game. The score of that game was 106 to 121. Number of revelation, number of prophecy, put it together, 227 points, which happens to be the 49th prime. Prince dead 49 days after attending that game. Here's the score right here. The game was in Oakland. Oakland also sums to 58 like Freemasonry. If you haven't seen my work on the past Super Bowl, Cam Newton and Huey P. Newton, who established the Black Panther Party, check that out. All this stuff is interrelated. So, with regards to Muhammad Ali, think about this. Muhammad Ali died at age 74. Muhammad equals 74 like Masonic, like Jewish. I predicted Muhammad Ali would die at age 74 in 2014. A lot of people die at that number, a number related to sacrifice. He died on June 3rd, 6/3, 63 days before the start of the summer games. And let me just show you this so you can see this yourself. From the day he died until today, the day the Olympics begin, is 63 days. Whoops, what did I do there? There we go. 6/3 to August 5th, 63 days. The Prophet Muhammad died at age 63. If you add every number up to 63, it sums to 2016 like the year we're in. Muhammad Ali had that name from age 22 to 74, 52 years. Prophecy equals 52. Talked about how the stadium where the opening ceremonies are, Gematria 52. CNN's headline right now is The Rio Deal, and it's just about the opening games. They don't elaborate on why they called it the Rio Deal. But the Rio Deal sums to 52, just like prophecy, which reminds me very much of Muhammad Ali dying by the numbers 52 years after having that name Muhammad Ali. He changed his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali in 64 after becoming the boxing champion in Miami Beach. Boxer, Miami Beach, Muhammad Ali, the boxing champion in 64 after winning there. Remember, right after his death at age 74, being born in 42, Kimbo Slice dropped dead, who has connections to Miami. Kimbo Slice died at age 42, was born in 74, another fighter. So I want people to understand, you know, these Summer Olympics, these rituals, these sports games, they're run by sick people. They're here to pacify us. You know, I wonder even if the Olympics are somewhat rigged. It wouldn't surprise me at all. They very well might be. We might even be watching rigged competition among elite athletes. But people need to recognize what's going on, who's running this show, and who needs to be put out of power, you know. Ritual sacrifice for ceremony, true sickness. In this article, if you click the links, the Rio Deal, you get to the article. They have this picture in there. I like how they're making the symbol of the heart. One of the first things you see, heart has that Gematria 52. And this gang of Zionists, Masons, these banker tyrants, all of their stuff is about, you know, negatively impacting our hearts, our minds. These people want nothing but world domination through sickness. Also, this picture, I always think about this in Gematria. Sun and love both sum to 54. You know, I don't think that's a coincidence. Think about how essential both of those things are. So that pretty much wraps it up, Truth Seeker. I hope that there aren't any false flag attacks. But then again, I think we got a hint with that Munich McDonald's attack. I think that's foreshadowing something possibly for this Olympics. You know, they're trying to scare us about this international Islamic boogeyman threat, ISIS, which does not exist. The only terrorists in this world are the people who run our government, the Zionists, who stage these false flag attacks by the numbers. So people got to wake up to. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time. Encore, in case you thought I was joking about the numbers in the Olympics, here was another classic example in recent headlines. 42 condoms for each Olympian. Remember, Rio equals 42, Freemason 42, made up headlines by the numbers. It also reminds me, we talked about the gematria of the stadium, summing to 139 like Freemasonry. Muhammad Ali died exactly 139 days after his 74th birthday. Until next time.